What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the FansToys Sever X, or their version of a Masterpiece Scale metallic Snarl. So this is an older figure. This is from way back in 2015. I acquired it recently, I think this year, thanks to G. Tony, who found this. And I looked on YouTube, and there are no reviews of this guy at all. So I figured, why not? Let's take a look. I did take a look at the original Sever figure, but not this metallic version. So let's take a look around at him. He's got the kind of red paint with a little bit of a metallic fleck in it. This metallic silver is what's kind of special about this figure. They've done that paint throughout. The gold chrome is the same as the original. We'll bring that in later so you can compare. Here's the back. We get the gold chrome here. Still has the QC Pass sticker on it. Overall, really nice. You got the nice detail here on the legs, same as the original. But yeah, it looks really, really good. The head is an alternate head that comes with the FansToys grinder. So this is the alternate. Here's the original. They definitely improved the face. He also comes with alternate eyes. So if you prefer the blue eyes, you can use these right here. And I'm not going to bother with it because we're not even going to put the head on. This head obviously looks way better. But this was the original head, and they did give the option for red or blue eyes if you wanted it. Let's take a look at his articulation. Head is on a rotating swivel, goes up to there, down to there, rotates around. Shoulders rotate around on a ratchet joint. Out to the side on a ratchet joint. Nice cover piece here underneath. Rotation at the bicep. Single jointed elbow, 90 degrees. Rotation at the wrist. The hands that I've always loved, although sometimes they do get brittle if you're not careful and don't have it in a humid controlled, but these are fine. 2 pins for the fingers, and then the thumb is on a ball joint. If you can get that out of the way. I do like the way they're doing the hands nowadays, but these were good for that time as well. You have a rotation here at the waist and a ratchet. Really nicely done. For the waist, no ab crunch, by the way, on this. Although I did notice there's a little bit darker of a metallic red paint down there. So a little bit different. Legs are on a ratchet. That's a really tight ratchet. Goes up to there. Back to there. Sheesh. Out to the side on friction, but it holds nicely. Rotation at the thigh. 90-degree bend at the knee. You have ankle tilts. It is connected, so it does actually tilt the whole foot. Nice big die-cast piece here. And a little bit of forward and backward, just due to the way it's designed. As for the accessories, I mentioned at the alternate head. We also get the sword done in this gradient red. This is different from the original. I'll bring that in again a little bit later. And we can peg it into the hand. I really like the way they did the X version swords. They just look really nice. And it does have a light up feature. You can see there's a switch on the bottom. I'm not going to put the batteries in, but you can light this up if you prefer. We'll also get his gun, done in this black with red accent, silver there, translucent, a little bit of silver down here. This also has a light up feature, which, again, I don't have batteries in there. And this will fit in the hand, just like the sword. And there you go, fully armed up, ready for battle. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime. And it does tower over him, but I did a comparison a while back of all of the FansToys Dinobots with the Gigapower, and the Gigapower was definitely bigger. So some people prefer their Dinobots to be even bigger than this. For me, this is fine as far as the size, but those are also a nice set and a nice size. And there's a comparison I think people want to see. There it is next to the original version of Sever. And you can see some of the differences in the paint scheme All the details you see are basically the same, the gold chrome, little accents, but it's the gray plastic is replaced with the metallic silver. It does look really nice. The gun is very close, with the exception to they have the red translucent tip instead of the clear on this one. The sword has a bit more difference. You can see it's translucent pink on the original. This one is like a translucent red, but it's got a gradient, so it looks a little bit cooler, at least in my opinion. The metallic red is the same on both. But yeah, overall I do prefer the metallic silver on the Sever X. Alright, now let's get Sever transformed into Dyno mode. It's been several years since I've transformed it, so I am doing it from memory, so give me a little grace on the transformation, but I'll do my best to do it properly. I do recommend a smudger for this one, because you got to get some panels open. So open up this, and then we can open up this panel here. Flip the hand in, close up that panel. We're going to rotate the arm around. I'm going to rotate these panels up, and we can bring this foot down. Rotate these up, around. They do have to kind of make their way around the edge here, and I've always wondered which way is the right way. Let's see if it goes easier this way. No, they both kind of get stuck, so I'm not really sure there's a better way to do it. But make sure you do the inside as well. Let's fold that panel. It does have to make its way over the edge there. All right, once you get it over, you're going to take this, close this side down, that's going to peg into there. And that's basically one foot done. The gold chrome is a fingerprint magnet, so I recommend you wipe it off after you do transformation. But go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. All right, now that we get the arms taken care of, we can take care of the backpack. Rotate these forward and just leave these like this. We're going to open up this panel here and just leave that open. We're going to push the head down a little bit. Come to the top here, we're going to take this panel, bring this over, and that's going to sit on top of the head. Come to the back here. These panels are going to rotate up. Just one click is about as far as you can get it before it starts colliding with this piece here. And the reason you're doing it is to clear these. So bring these out and rotate out this red panel. Come to this side, bring this out, rotate out the red panel. Make sure the legs aren't colliding with each other. Alright, so you should have them straight out like that. Once you do that, you can bring this back down. And we can come to the back here, open up these. And push, come to the front, push the head in, fold up that panel. And then we can take care of this, bring this up and out of the way. We're going to close up the tail, and you can get this pegged together. And then we can bring the tail up on these ratchets. There we go. All right, now we got it right. So then bring this in, and on this side, same thing, bring this in. These will peg into each other. Bring this down and peg that into the top on each side. And that makes up kind of his tail section. Rotate the leg forward and then back. So it sits like this. So it should look something like that on the back. Right now we'll take care of the front, which is made up of the legs. Rotate the waist 180 degrees. We're going to take care of these legs. So come to the inside. We can slide this out and rotate. So you end up with the thigh sticking in like this. Come to the leg. We're going to come to the back here. We can, actually we'll start here. We'll undo this heel and toe. Get that all folded up. For this head, we can sure this is out of the way. Head can lift up and rotate back and out of the way. We can open up this panel here and rotate the foot to the leg to the outside. Close that back up. Then we're going to take all of this, rotate this around, and it should fit perfectly right into here. Just make sure it's lined up, everything's straight, and get that in there. Rotate the leg down. This piece right here is going to accordion around and peg in right there, and then the bottom of the head is going to peg in right here. Okay. So that's one side. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. All right, the last bit here, we're going to take the two halves and squeeze it together, including the head. Come to the bottom, make sure that's squeezed together. All right, there's Sever X in dyno mode. It is absolutely gorgeous. So shiny, all that gold chrome, which is the same as the original, but then the silver really sets it apart. You've got all of this detail in here. Translucents, reds, blues, all that detail. It just looks really, really good. Here's the back. You got the tail. It does have articulation here. Speaking of articulation, let's go over it. The front legs are on a ball joint friction. They go in and out on that ball joint. You have a bend at the knee on a ratchet. It gets up to there. The foot itself can rotate forward and backward, and it can angle side to side. For the rear legs, you have rotation on a ratchet, in and out movement on a ratchet, rotation at the knee, and the foot can bend forward and backward and angle in and out. I did mention earlier it is a fingerprint magnet, so I recommend wiping it off after you've messed with it. For the head, you have side-to-side movement. You can't open up the mouth. The head can go up to there on this hinge. Nothing really down, but you don't really need down because he's already down. For this, I recommend you get a spudger just to get the mouth open because it's on a ratchet. But you can't open up the mouth, and that looks pretty good. As far as accessories, we do get these alternate blue eyes, which we could install on the head. I'm not going to do it, but instead of these red eyes, you have these blue. And for your size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square Optimus Prime. Nice big Dinobot, towers over Optimus, so works for me. And for another comparison, there it is next to the original version of Sever. And you can see that, again, the paint differences. The silver really shines. Now, I don't have the panels on the X version. I do have them here. So you can kind of see they cover up that hole. I think these panels came with their version of Stomp or Sludge. And I don't have the Sludge X version, so that's probably why I don't have these. But I'll have to go check my boxes. But either way, looks really good. So final recommendations on the FansToys Sever X. This is a phenomenal version of Snarl. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 strong recommendation. They really nailed the look. The original was already really good. Then this guy upped the game with this metallic paint color. I love the look of the sword. This kind of gradient colored look. Looks like it's kind of on fire. And just overall, yeah, it really looks good, both in dyno mode and robot mode. But the only kind of downside of this figure, though, is because it's a limited edition, X versions are numbered. They didn't make that many. So it's very hard to find, and it's very expensive on the aftermarket. Now, if you bought it at release, then you are fortunate because you paid the retail price. It is no longer even close to the retail price. So a little bit challenging to find it. But other than that, really, really good version of Snarl. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.